sua opera si chiama Speak to Tweet. Che cos'è e che cosa ha rappresentato nel periodo della rivoluzione egiziana?
Speak to Tweet was actually a platform. My project is actually called Project Speak to Tweet because it uses messages from this platform. And it's basically a platform that was initiated during the initial days of the Egyptian Revolution. And the internet was shut down for a week, which was an unprecedented move. It had never happened on such a large scale anywhere in the world. So in reaction to this, a very small team of developers developed Speak to Tweet, which was a platform that allowed people to call a phone number, and without any technology, just a regular phone, they could leave a voice message. The message would then automatically post to Twitter. So the idea being that the rest of the world, which was very interested in what was happening at that time, could still have access to information.
Perché ha trasformato questa esperienza, questa piattaforma di comunicazione in un'opera d'arte?
Well, I was actually abroad during these initial days of the revolution, and like any Egyptian who was not there, we wanted to be very connected to what was happening because, of course, it was a shock to all of us. It was a surprise. And I actually became aware of Speak to Tweet and was listening to the messages in real time. And it occurred to me very quickly that this was a very unique platform because unlike Facebook and Twitter and these other social media platforms, it wasn't being used to mobilize people.
Hai detto che la rivoluzione egiziana ti ha sorpreso. Non ti aspettavi qualcosa del genere?
Well, you know, I think there was a very long period of time prior to the uprising where there was a lot of tension in the streets and everybody could feel it. Everybody felt that this was not sustainable. Something was about to happen. I don't think anyone could ever imagine that something like this would happen. I mean, even when we saw the events that took place in Tunisia, there was a lot of envy in what they had done, and in fact most Egyptians felt like, oh, this would never happen in Egypt. And so in fact it was quite a surprise, even though there were people who were planning and mobilizing and really attempting to get you know, the people out into the public sphere. I think at the end of the day it was really surprising for us to see at how huge it actually was. I don't think you can ever really expect revolution, you know? It's a surprise to anyone. 3 years after the revolution, I think we are in a very depressing position now because in a sense, the general feeling is that we've been played. The general feeling is that we had so much hope and excitement at the very beginning. We felt like it was actually in our hands to maybe make some changes. And 3 years later, we discover that we never actually had that chance. And I think that's the very upsetting thing. I mean, in fact, it's a debate as to whether to call it a revolution or not, because really nothing has changed. And if anything, it's really changed for the worse. You know, we have more human rights abuses, more people being detained, journalists, bloggers. And so it certainly isn't over. But this sense of hope, I don't know if it's entirely gone. But I think that people really feel helpless in the situation, and I think that's what's very sad about where we are now.